He raged against the silence and won. A child abused, a genius mocked, a man who lost his hearing but never lost his fire. He couldn't hear a single note, not the sound of thunder, not the roar of applause, not even his own music. And yet, he gave the world a sound it would never forget. This is the story of Ludwig van Beethoven and how he rewrote the laws of music in total silence. Beethoven wrote the greatest symphonies the world has ever known in complete silence. He composed from memory, from pain, from rage, and love, and in doing so, changed music forever. This is Iron Rations. Like, subscribe, and let's get into it. Ludwig van Beethoven was born in December of 1770 in Bonn, Germany, into a home filled with music and misery. His father was a court musician and a drunk. Desperate to turn his son into the next Mozart, he forced little Ludwig into punishing piano drills at all hours of the night. Beethoven would later say he couldn't remember a single moment of childhood joy, just fists, screaming, and keys. But somewhere in all that noise, genius was born. By age 11, he was already supporting his family, and by 14, he was employed as a court organist. He wasn't just good, he was otherworldly, raw, emotional, and unrelenting. This wasn't music for polite salons. This was music that demanded attention. In his early 20s, Beethoven moved to Vienna, the capital of classical music. It was like Michael Jordan joining the NBA. People took notice. He studied briefly under Joseph Haydn, but Beethoven had no intention of copying anyone. His style was explosive, dynamic, theatrical. He smashed keys. He broke rules. He reinvented what music could feel like. His first symphony hit Vienna like a thunderclap. His piano improvisations made audiences weep. But Beethoven wasn't just an artist. He was a storm in a waistcoat. Brooding, intense, notoriously rude. He'd storm out of salons. He didn't care about flattery. And he once told a prince, "There are and will be thousands of princes, but there is only one Beethoven." Imagine being so confident in your own genius, you trash talk royalty. That wasn't arrogance. This was a prophecy. But then, the silence came. In his late 20s, Beethoven began to lose his hearing. First, a faint ringing, then muffled notes. But by his mid-30s, he could barely hear anything at all. For a composer, it was like going blind with your eyes open. He isolated himself. He contemplated suicide. In the Heiligenstadt Testament, a private letter to his brothers, he wrote, "I would have ended my life. Only my art held me back. It seemed impossible to leave the world until I had produced all that I felt was within me." That line hits like a freight train. He wanted to die, but he hadn't finished what he came here to do. So he stayed, and he wrote. Though he never married or fathered children, Beethoven had multiple love interests throughout his life. One, most notably, was the mysterious woman to whom he wrote his famous Immortal Beloved letters. To this day, no one knows for sure who she was, but some scholars believe it may have been Anthony Brentano, and in that silence, his heart still screamed. The next decade brought Beethoven's most powerful compositions, written not through sound, but memory, mathematics, and sheer force of will. He would hold a pencil in his mouth to feel the vibrations of the piano. He cut the legs off his instruments to press his ear to the floor. He scribbled, scratched, and rewrote entire symphonies in isolation. During this time, he wrote the Fifth Symphony with that iconic hammering intro, the Moonlight Sonata, a haunting echo of quiet anguish, the Missa Solemnis, grand, spiritual, and transcendent, and then the Ninth Symphony, the crown jewel. The Ninth Symphony was unlike anything the world had heard. It was bold, terrifying, and ended with something never done before, a chorus. Voices erupted in ode to joy, a universal cry for peace, brotherhood, and glory. At the premiere of the Ninth Symphony, Beethoven stood facing the orchestra. The audience was on its feet, cheering, but he didn't notice. One of the soloists had to turn him around to show him. And when he saw their faces, beaming, crying, and celebrating, he wept. Beethoven died in 1827 at the age of 56. Tens of thousands of mourners lined the streets of Vienna. Poets, princes, commoners, students, and musicians. He left behind 722 works. He redefined not just what music is, but what it can do. His life proved that greatness doesn't come from comfort. It comes from persistence, from rage, from heartbreak, and from defiance. His music lives in movies and stadiums, churches, and space probes. Even now, 200 years later, his symphonies shake the soul. He wrote the soundtrack to the human condition, and he did it in total silence. Ludwig van Beethoven wasn't just a musician. He was a revolution, carved in silence and conducted in pain. So the next time life turns the volume down, remember, he couldn't hear the music, but he made the world listen. This is Iron Rations. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. And don't forget to check out this video I'm going to put right here. And remember, Christ is King.